glasses on the balcony as I wait for thee to come home. I fumble the words, yeah, my sadness when you're in that dress. Glad you're home. Will you stay with me? Never leave. You walked into my life and I am glad you came. Glad you came. And you're not around, I've been broken. Glad you came. Glad you came. I was lost till I fell in your eyes. Had me wondering why I feel like home. I hold you close so you're by my side till the end of the night. Stay with me. Walked into my life and I am glad you came. Glad you came. You're not around. Glad you came. Glad you came.
Sapete ci potrà anche entrare 阿排去，那也苦，都说我们阿排去。
These days are running slow. Sunsets and shores far from home. Headlights are shining on the sea. No place on earth I'd rather be. And I could try to just follow the swell, but I'll never find this anywhere else. Into all those places on the wall, none come close to this, I'm sure. You try to say the sunrise the same, but tell me, have you ever danced in the rain? And I could try to just follow the trail, but I'll never find the same. Try to just follow the swell, but I'll never find this anywhere.
对，看我，哎，很好，往上走看。我说3、2、1，踩上来啊！3、2、1，踩上来。 拜拜。